hello. Welcome to Otis Frampton Live. Whoops. I got a preview of a graphic I'm working on. Well, maybe I'll show that off. Graphic overlay. Still getting this whole streaming thing down. But we'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out. How's everybody doing this Thursday night? I'm seeing it on the show now. All right. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Gonna be working on doing more work on this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles / Daredevil piece. I did some work off the show a little bit. One second here. Just make sure everything's working. So like I said, I did a little bit of work. Did some color overlays. This is the base colors that I started with, and as I said before, I wanted to have sort of 4 different colors coming in from 4 different directions. It wasn't meant to mirror the Turtles colors, but it ended up being that way. I can show you. Let me just duplicate this and turn to normal real quick. Normal mode, so you can see here are the colors. It's like red, orange, purple, and blue, set to really low opacity. Color mode, really low opacity. Then I kind of add a blue over that to tweak it a bit. I'm not sure how I'm going to end up doing it, but that's the idea. The idea is that there's a street light coming up. There's light coming this way, light coming that way, and then sort of a bluish light coming down here. You might think, oh, why isn't it yellow from the moon? Well, it's going to be blue. So that's just how it ended up. And I got some work to do in the background. I did some work in the background and got some more work to do. Got to finish the moon. But I think I'm going to start by finishing up the shading on this turtle guy up here, which oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. As always, if you're in the yeah, I did a really messy job here, just sort of throwing it on just to get ready. If you're in the chat, please say hello. I'd love to chat with you while I'm working here. Hopefully my commission client, who has been waiting patiently for this, can join me sometime. That's why I've been doing these night shows. Usually my streams are in the afternoon, currently at 2 p.m. Central, but this commission client requested a nighttime show so they could watch, and I aim to please. So, but after this commission's done, I'll be ending the nighttime shows and going back to daytime, because the nighttime is for spending time with my lovely wife. But she's cool about it. She understands. Sometimes you gotta work at night. Oh, that was weird. So how's everybody doing tonight? River Raven 4, sorry for butchering that name, asked, do you draw on paper much? I do not. Only when I'm doing commission work, pretty much. This is a commission, and the original line art was drawn on paper. But usually I'm a digital guy. I work mostly in Procreate. not mostly. I work in Procreate. I don't really use any other apps anymore. Been using Procreate pretty much 100% for everything for a number of years now, including comics, and that includes lettering my comics too. I do everything in Procreate, and I love it. I love being able to just work on my comics no matter where I am, what I'm doing. Not really much for drawing on paper. I never was, even before digital was a thing. Drawing on paper always psychs me out, and even now, when I do touch paper, it's after doing my layouts digitally in Procreate, and I printed out the blue line in ink, and you can find some of those. I don't like that. Let's back up here. You can find some of those streams where I'm actually working on paper on my YouTube and Rumble channels. But pretty much all digital. Thank you for asking, River Raven. Much appreciated. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to throw them my way. It's always nice to have something to talk about while I'm working here. Wait, where was I? Yeah, still working. I'm going to throw some highlights in these guys' eyes real quick. Why is that not working? Oh, I know why it's not working. So I drew on the wrong layer before. There we go. Let's draw on the right layer. Otis, let's get on the ball here. There. But yeah. Throw me questions. That's great. Always nice to be prompted. Oops. Let's get the highlight in the right part of the eye. Turtles are coming to life. Let's see. What should I do now? I think I gotta do a quick pass on something just to touch a few things up. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Let's throw a big screw. Oops, that was weird. Oh, I reached my limit. Seriously? So that's one of the dangers of working in Procreate. When you're working with big files, I'm going to delete some stuff here so I get some extra layers in here. This canvas is 11 by 17 inches. I'm working at size for the commission for the original artwork instead of working at regular comic page size, which is what I do for my comics, which is like 6 by 9. This is 11 by 17. So that taxes the iPad system a little bit more, and so fewer layers. Let's see how many I got left. 5 out of 58. Might have to do some consolidating. We'll see. No, can't do that. Move that down. Anyway, where was I? Oh, that's right. I was about to fix something. Let's throw this. Wasn't really happy with how I did Matt Murdock's socks in the line art, and I ended up having to sort of do a fix on them with white gel pen. But what I really wanted to do in the color version, I'm just going to fill this in, is have them be the same color as his tie, which is hinting at the you can see it at his Daredevil persona. And I think I'm going to get rid of the black stripes on the tie and add those. Make those white, I should say. So let's erase. We can go in here. We've already got the lines from different layers set up. There we go. It. Let's sample this color. Whoa, that's not the right. What just happened? That was weird. Interesting. Procreate just freaked out. I think it's because I have to, and this is this is just the reality of using the smudge guard glove that I use. Sometimes, I mean, you got to clean it regularly. Sometimes, if you don't clean it, it'll think that you're touching it with a finger. I don't know why. That's kind of gross to think about, but it's the truth. I think that's a compliment. Thank you, Camacho Alpha. Much appreciated. Hello, Zach on YouTube. Yeah, nothing worse than drawing the wrong layer for a while and then having to undo it all. That can be a problem. Hello, Robbie Digital Photography. Thanks for joining. Trying to keep track of all this. My dog loves to steal my drawing glove. It happens. All right, let me get back to this. My dog never stole. Oh, that's right. I bought some brushes and it came with palettes. So I forgot to reorganize them, so I know what the heck I'm doing. I apologize for that. And if you're curious what they were, if anyone's curious what they were, they're Frankentune brushes. Frankentune sells really great brushes for Procreate and Photoshop, and I think something else. I'm not sure though. Camacho says 5 stars on Instagram. I appreciate that. I think that's pretty clear. And I can actually show you. It's their sketch kit, and you know they did something that I've never seen before in organizing the. I bought from them before, and I subscribe to their newsletter, so you can get like Frankentune. They put out a mystery pack every once in a while. I've got a bunch of those, but for this pack that I just picked up, it was on sale for like $8. They actually organize it. I don't know if you can see this here. It says pencils, pastels, liners, markers, and paper. And this isn't even possible yet in Procreate to like organize your library like this within the brush set. But what they've done here, check this out. Oops. They've actually created a brush that says pencils, so that your little library is a little bit more organized. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I like that. I think with Procreate 5.4 that's coming out soon, they're going to be focused on the brush library a lot, and I think that they're going to add something like that into Procreate. But Frankentune is, I don't know if they invented that idea or saw it somewhere, but it works really, really well. So thank you, Frankentoon. Anyway, there's my little advertisement for Frankentoon. I get no money from them, so don't think that that was like a paid shilling. I'm just a fan of their products. In fact, like when it comes to color palettes, I have a lot of Frankentoon palettes that I pull from, just as a general rule, as a starting place, because they're really good. It's a nice selection of colors. And I give them to, it reminds me, I give one of my colorists, not one of my colorists, my colorist for the Oz comic, so she can work from that too. There. Now he's got a little red and white in there to sort of hint at his alter ego. All right, so I think now I'm going to, I gotta fix the color here real quick. Let's pull from, I'm just gonna drag their flats up here so I can kind of pull from their actual colors for what I'm gonna do. Let's choose something else. There. Had a couple of touch-ups to do before I move on to something else. There we go. All right, now I'm going to go in and do the secondary layer of shading. Let's start with, come on. Let's see, where do I want to add some? Oh, gotta fix that. Hold on one second. There we go. light, darkness. Oh, I forgot to shade that, didn't I? Hello, Marvin DeMartian on Instagram. Hello, hello. And hello. I always start the show with 3 hellos. I don't know why. It just became something that I do. So I guess I gotta give you 3 hellos all the time now. Oh, oops. Let's try that again. I have to apologize sort of in advance for how much I just flip around on the page. I know it can be disorienting watching. It's like, oh, geez, stop rotating the page so much, but that's how I do it. Because I'm just sort of wandering around the page right now looking for spots that I can throw in that extra little bit of shade where it's necessary. Just give a little more volume to things. That's all for the foreground turtles. Let's go back to the background turtle. Oops. Looks like I forgot to color something. Anybody going to see Beetlejuice 2 sometime this week? I'm probably going to wait for it to hit digital. I like the first one a lot. One of my top 5 Tim Burtons for sure, but I'm not sure if I want to see a sequel to it. So I'm going to wait. Or I should say, I'm not sure I want to pay to see one if I'm not pretty sure that's going to be good. So I'll wait. But I posted a Beetlejuice piece I did last year on my socials today. So if you want to see that, please visit. I am at Otis Frampton pretty much everywhere. What was I? Oh, that's right. I was going to fix the color. Just noticed a spot on the foreground characters that I missed. Let's do this. Oh. Okay. Still need to paint in the water tower behind them. But I think I'm going to tackle the foreground element here first. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'll select that color, go in, I'm going to color the line art itself, because the line art's on a separate layer. I knocked out the white so that only the lines remain. That way I can do what's called a color hold pretty easily. There's lots of ways to do this. Some people just set their layer mode to multiply. I used to do that a lot before I learned that sometimes I want to color the line art itself, and this just makes it easier. Just lock pixels on it and you can color it away. I'm not going to leave it like this, obviously, but for now, let's get the colors in. Okay, now let's, whoops, select that. Oh, geez. I just realized I didn't have the pixels locked. Oh, man. I love when I'm showing how to do something, I'm talking about it, and then I'm doing it wrong. Maybe that's because I'm talking. Let's see, where was it? It was this color, right? Yeah. All right, let's try that again. I'll do it quick, promise. Oh, that's not right. Yikes, what the heck? Okay, here we go. So anyway, I'm doing a color hold here, coloring the line art itself. And I'm going to darken it after it's colored, and I'll be able to just basically do a lightness adjust on the layer itself, because nothing else is colored. And the rest of the line art's going to be black. I'm not changing that around the characters. All right, boy, sorry about that. Let's try this again. This one's gonna be a little trickier because you gotta be careful here. I can go in later and touch this up, but I just want to get that done. Oops. Be careful there. All right, now let's see how this is going to work. Just to be safe, I'm going to do a quick freehand selection. Just quick and dirty so that it's just this. Not crazy about how dark that is, or how light that is. Let's just isolate this real quick. Invert it. Whoa. What just happened? Okay, that's not right. Let's try that again. All right, get rid of that. Why did it? That's really strange. What is it doing there? I'm trying to invert the selection and it's actually inverting the color. What's wrong with you, Procreate? Something's not right here. Well, here's what I'll do. Fix it real quick. That was really weird. It's not bringing that selection back up. Something's really freaky. Wow, that's weird. Procreate usually doesn't do this to me. It's usually nice to me. That's why I love it so much. Something's wrong here, though. Let's try that again. Yeah, something was really wrong. It's like filling the selection. I don't know what's going on there. Weird. You don't get many glitches in Procreate. One of my favorite things about the program is that the few times it has crashed on me, it's always saved my work. One of the reasons I don't use Photoshop anymore is because that can't be said about Photoshop. Yeah, why is it? Oh, that's why. See what I have selected here accidentally? Color fill. That's why it was doing that. Okay, not a glitch. Just me not noticing. Interesting. Well, now you know. I never use color fill, but I must have touched it and it selected it. Again, I gotta wash this glove. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I feel like sending out like an apology email to or tweet to Procreate saying I said something wrong about you, and I apologize. That's really funny. Yeah, I never use color fill. It's just so that's funny. All right. I know it's probably not funny. Funny, haha, funny, but to me it's funny because I was like, oh, geez, a glitch. It never happens. Well, I guess we can still say that, right? It wasn't a glitch. It was my brain. My brain glitched. But that's okay. Just a little subtle shading for the pizza box there. Now I think I'm gonna get to tackling. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Let me fix something real quick. Just gonna get that there. So let's start throwing on some lighting. Oh jeez, just banged my Apple Watch. First, let's actually turn off the colors. Oh, maybe I'll leave that on. All right, so. Here's what I'm going to do first. Let's select this orange, duplicate the flats. I'm just going to throw an orange all over that. Select the shade layer and then cut that out. Now I have a lighting layer that I can paint with. So let's lock pixels on that and just start selecting the colors that'll go over that. But let's change it to overlay mode. I might end up needing a little bit more light on these characters, but it's good to see for now. Be able to see this. All right. One had red coming from over here. Oops, let's not get that low. There we go. And orange coming from down here. Make sure that blue is lighting his hand here. I know you can't really see it too much, but once I play with layer modes, you'll see. All right, let's do the same thing for this guy. Duplicate the flats, lock pixels. We'll just throw that blue over. Select the shade layer. Oh, I know why it's not showing up right. Oh, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Same thing. Let's put it in overlay mode. Let's drag it way up here. Same with this one. So I'm gonna drag it way up here. So we got the 4 colors going on for us. Let's see how it looks. Get the orange all the way. If you don't want me talking to myself, you should ask me a question or two. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so let's do another one. We'll set this one to add, so it's a little more light. There we go. Now it's starting to look like colored lighting. And we'll duplicate this actually, and actually put it to color. Now we just gotta play with these. Get the right levels. I wish you could see a little better in the video, but it's really apparent on my screen. Let me turn this down. It's a little too much. Where is it too much? Maybe there, maybe there. There. I don't want it too much, so I think I'm getting rid of that overlay mode. So it's only one color mode layer and one add layer in there. Now I'm gonna do the same thing for the other guy. So we got add 21, color 26. So color, and we can adjust this if it needs adjusting. He might get a little more light because he's closer to the light source. Okay, that works. I think I want to throw a little more light though. Just a little. Oh, so I reached my limit again, didn't I? I gotta really do some asset management here. All right, where was I? Let's create a new layer, add mode, and select that. Whoops. Just want to give it a little more light on the edges here. Drop that down a lot because it's just too much. All right. I might have to do a little more adjusting over here. Some of the purple is not showing up the way I want it to, but that's okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, that works. Okay. Just babbling to myself now. I apologize. I think Mr. Murdoch needs a little more shading in the hair to give it some a little more volume. Now let's start adding some highlights to the characters. Not everywhere, but in certain spots. Ooh, I gotta fix that. The colors aren't right in his glasses. think I have some stuff I need to fix on the building here. Ultimately, I'm probably just going to have to cut out the layer and put it on its own layer so that I can work with it a little easier than I had been. And then I'm finish up the background here. The characters are pretty much done for this piece. The background's going to take probably another hour of work, so I'm just going to do a couple of things here. Finish up just a few minutes early. But yeah, the background is definitely. Let's just sample that color. It's going to take some doing. And I don't really want to get into it right now, because I think it'll take I don't know. I want to be able to be in a groove when I'm working on the. Should I do that? No, on the background, and I don't want to sort of start it and knowing what. Then I'm going to have to change things, but let's just, yeah, that's another thing I need to do, some layer management. All right, but starting to come together, values right here are way too similar, but I think that'll change once I get the background paint done. I'll definitely be able to but right, if you can kind of see the values right now in between this turtle's skin and the background, just way too similar right now. If I well, yeah, I'll just merge that down. Here's a trick before I leave. If you ever want to do a value check on what you're working on, throw a layer of and this works in Photoshop too, obviously, or other ones. Hello, Justin Rampage. How you doing? Good to see you. Anyway, so if you want to do a value check, throw a whole layer of black over your piece, set it to color, and this will help you. You can really tell these values are very similar, and I don't want that, but that'll come. I'll be able to change that up once I start getting the water tower painted. I just heard a weird noise from outside. Oh, thanks, Justin. Much appreciated. Boy, I kind of like how this is in black and white. Huh. I mean, especially because the turtles started in black and white, but I think I'm going to give my client two different versions. I kind of like that black and white version. All right, well, lesson learned. Okay, I'm going to end the show here. Say goodnight. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central with another Making and Talking Comics episode, where I work on the comic I'm working on, and then I talk about a comic I love. And then we'll have a happy weekend after that. Thank you all so much for stopping by and watching. This is the highlight of my day. It's when I get to connect with you guys, and I really appreciate that. So have a good night.